We are going to give you during our show a view of the launch that's about to go down, so you don't need to leave us to go find it. We're going to show it to you as it happens.
It's Atlas V. It'll be breaking in at 11:11, and this time around it's pretty cool. They have 4 fisheye lenses to capture the footage, and it's in some type of box, so obviously it just doesn't dissolve to take the pictures going up. It's going to be an unmanned shuttle that goes up to the International Space System, and there it's going to be bringing basically crew materials and research stuff. It's up there.
Cool deal, cool deal.
Did you guys ever consider living, if you had the opportunity, staying at a space station, let's just say for a month? Like, these people are staying for like a year or longer.
Oh, man, that just sounds scary.
Sounds uncomfortable.
It does.
What about you? You wouldn't be able to go to your little restaurant visit.
Yeah, that would be tough. Those dry packets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what would you do?
Like,
you'd be eating those little packets.
I'd be in so much trouble. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I don't think they have powdered macaroni with lobster bits up there. All right, so this story got my attention right away when I saw it this morning about this woman in Cleveland, Texas. Is that somewhere you're familiar with, Cleveland, Texas?
I've heard of it.
She stuck her hand in her toilet trying to clean out the toilet from a clog, didn't want to call a plumber, and it got stuck. So there you see the EMTs actually having to take the entire toilet.
Oh, man. So what was her hand doing that deep in there? She was
trying to get a wad of paper or something, got stuck in there. And
that's what plungers are for.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. I love it. Even the seat is stuck there. So eventually, of course, they freed her. But it reminded me of a story that is before your time that happened here in Jacksonville. If anyone in the studio remembers this, when the Jaguars first came to be, and Touchdown, which is the giant Jaguar statue outside, a kid came and put his head inside the statue and got stuck, and they had to saw a tooth off of Touchdown. And one of our players at the time, he had so much personality, John Yurkovic, was there, and he came and kept the kid company for hours.
Wow.
And then they sawed the tooth off, and the kid got to keep the tooth.
Wow.
That's a story for the ages.
Look, there
Oh, my gosh. How long was he in there?
like hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a long time. He was not happy. But
Oh, I don't
mean,
doubt.
Oh, look at the mascot.
It was like during the week. It wasn't at a game or anything, I don't think. I think they came down, if I remember correctly, they came down to the stadium to take the picture. I don't even think it was a game that was going on. I think that they just didn't, so people started to come out of the offices, including Jacksonville, got ready really quick, came out and entertained the kid while he waited.
Wow.
Have you or any of your kids ever got stuck any place?
I got stuck like that kid once in a stairwell, but I had a jerry curl so I could slip right out of it. So it worked out.
Where are the images of that?
It worked out in my favor. So.
Wow.
You?
Well, there's been a lot of like small little, like, you know, my kids getting stuck, but this one that really comes to my mind, you know those bounce house places, you go there and you get in the bounce house? One of my kids went up to the bounce house. He crawled all the way to the top. It's like 3 stories, and we couldn't get him. He wouldn't come down. I found out that like when he goes number 2, he likes to be in privacy.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to climb up this thing and then get him down to go, and it was just I don't know. It was just a mess. Hey, but let's move to something more grown up here and talk about science, okay? How about that for a segue? Like we were saying, 11:11. Atlas V is going to be taking off, and it's going to the International Space Station, and it has close to 8,000 pounds of gear on it. So it's research gear, and then it's also supplies for everybody that's up there. There it is right now.
Nice.
Wow, that is amazing. And this time around, there is going to be 4 cameras on there to give a 360-degree video capturing this from the angle of the craft going down. So how cool is that? And if you go to the NASA's YouTube page, they're going to put all of it together. So that is so cool. It's so nice that we have this technology, obviously, to send this out there, but also to capture it.
It never gets old, because you remember it was like must-see TV when we were growing up.
Oh,
it was like, you know, but you still get the opportunity to see it here and watch us, so that works in our favor. So
you have to take the boys down to see it.
Yeah, that's something that's on our to-do list, because my kids are all into this type of science stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so, and it's right here. It's in striking distance to go down there. So that is so amazing.
I like it.
And isn't it crazy too? Close to 8,000 pounds of gear is on that unmanned rocket.
I can relate to that.
Like, power that is to take off, go that far, and then have that much weight behind it.
Oh yeah, that's
pretty amazing
awesome.
stuff. Can we leave that up for a little bit while we continue on? I know that that's a huge thing to be watching right now. So.
Oh, and there's the
cool.
inside, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome. So, all right, so I'm sure that's on a lot of people's bucket list to one day be able to get into outer space or try zero gravity or anything like that. But one thing on your bucket list could take place right here on the First Coast.
Yes, the Travel Channel has said that Everbank Field is one of the places you must see as you travel and make it on your bucket list. Now, they say the team isn't really the draw, but the stadium is so state-of-the-art with all of the things they've added with the technology. I'm just think a lot of it is the pool. Have you ever gone up to that pool area?
The first season we had the pool, all I wanted to do was get in that pool, and then I started to talk to more and more people. I'm like, you know what? I'm good here watching. But it's our jumbotron for sure.
It's huge. Is that the biggest in North America? The jumbotron?
Jerry World's the biggest.
And that's recently. That just happened last year.
I mean, it's huge.
I've been to a lot of stadiums and Monster Jams. You know, the truck show. We saw that together, and that was the first time actually being in Everbank, and it is awesome. It's just so inviting and it's a clean stadium too, and that's important, you know, because a lot of stadiums, if you go across the country, they're kind of dirty and they're old, but this one's new, it's state of the art. The monitor wall.
There's no bad eye line, and they've done some other upgrades like underground. As you walk through to certain areas, you're just like, I'm like at a mall or something like that.
It's pretty amazing. And we've been going to the game since the first year of the Jaguars, back when people were getting their heads stuck in. and we've seen the improvements. It was always a great place to see a game, but man, since Shad Khan, it's just been pretty incredible.
We haven't. Have you gone yet?
I haven't gone to a game yet. I've been to venues there.
I've been to venues.
We have to do.
You have to suck up to my husband. You know, he's got those season tickets. You need to get in good with him.
Hey, Mr. Kendall.
And now with the amphitheater, we're going to be the first NFL stadium that has an amphitheater.
That's so smart.
Daly's place, yeah. So that's opening May 27th. They've already got a list of acts that are coming through from Train. One of my favorites, the Deftones, are coming in, so you will see me in that mosh pit. Zach Brown Band, Diana Ross.
Bentley,
Chicago.
Lady Antebellum is not coming there. He's coming. I was going to say that, but no, I canceled that.
We've had people here. They were like, I didn't realize it was like attached to the stadium. But it's like right in the parking lot.
You know what it is? There's a lot of hype behind this, and then now it's here. Because we were talking about it a year and a half ago of what it will be, but now the venues kick off, in like 30 days? Like late May, right? Everything opens up and you can start seeing live performances.
Lots and lots of stuff to do.
So it's here. It is here.
So you got to get gussied up.
You do get gussied up. Should we talk about a new trend with men's hair? So
I think we should.
It's called an axe cut. And basically, I just described it. You take an axe and you shave the sides of your hair. And this goes back to the days where there was actually axe salesmen, and they wanted to test on how sharp it is. So they'd go out there and give the lumberjacks a cut, and they would take the axe and just give somebody a really tight fade. How tight?
So this is new now?
Down to the skin. It's just a new trend that's happening right now. And it's kind of, you know, the hard part, you know what that is? You know, so when people actually take a line and they part their hair, like that's in now and sort of the very short side. So it's something that's out there, which brings me to the question. Have you guys ever had a really bad or odd haircut?
I gave myself the hair.
I gave myself a curl earlier.
Well, the Jerry curl, that was in style at the time, but I gave myself a bad haircut to get rid of the Jerry curl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like, you know, when Carl Lewis had that like high top and all of that. Yeah. So I went that route. That got rid of the Jerry curl. But the worst is when Tyson was big.
Oh, yeah, the pump?
Yeah, so I went and did that cut, and then, there's an axe cut right there. Yeah, I bar that.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Nope.
What the heck?
Nope. Wow. But you got to admit, you're going to be pretty high and tight, right?
Yeah. That's one way to do it. Not a good way to do it, but one way to do it.
Gosh.
I have a funny story of a bad haircut. So when one of my brothers was little, he was probably about 4, he took scissors to his bangs and he cut it like down to the skin, but he had a lot of hair on the side, so it looked like he just had like a receding hairline. But then to top it off, this is like during the 80s, and he loved Ghostbusters, so he'd wear his Ghostbuster jumpsuit every day to preschool. His preschool was where I went to junior high. So my little brother would always be walking around, and all my friends were like, look, there's your brother, there's your brother.
No, it's not.
And he looked like a janitor with a receding hairline that was like 3 feet tall. You know, because he had curly hair on the side, and it took forever for that to grow out. And I don't know how he did it, but the scissors like cut it down to the skin.
Eden, you've had to have had some bad haircuts.
Oh, but almost all of them I did myself. That's the thing. You know, almost all of them. Every single time I thought I'd go, you know, one day I decided I wanted bangs and I thought I would do it myself. That's always a bad idea. Don't cut your own bangs. Really. I mean, there are rarely people who can get away with doing that.
Yeah.
Can cut their own hair.
There was
very rarely.
One time I cut this guy's hair in college and I totally scalped him. That was not, I didn't get paid for that one. It was a good experience.
I hope not. Did you get sued? That's the question.
We were in college. It's all good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, well, we'll ponder that. And you stick around because we have more River City Live coming up.
Wait, we'll